I would say the best example I could give was taught to me by a Quechua woman in Bolivia. She taught me what the Franciscan Ministry of Presence was all about. She lived, her name was Eduarda, and she was about 5 years older than myself, about 30, let's say 38 years old. She had 3 daughters, and lived in the house next door to the parish house where I was working. And I had to dig a kind of like a trench one day to put down the water piping. And with her baby strapped on her back, she came over and she picked up a pick and started digging beside me. And, you know, of course, I protested. She has this baby that she's taking care of and 2 other daughters. And she said, "No, I can. I'm strong." And she only rested when I rested. And she only drank water when I drank water. And she accompanied me the whole afternoon. And she asked me questions, and she shared with me about her life, told me her story about where she came from in the countryside. And to me, that's the best example of presence that I could think of. I would say that a lesson that the Bolivian people taught me was that no matter how little one has, there's always something to share. If you have one bread, it doesn't mean it all has to be for you. It means you can break it in many tiny pieces and make enough for everyone in your presence. And most often, I was happier having shared it than having not shared it and kept it for myself. I just felt badly about yourself afterwards. And so the joy of sharing and the possibility of always sharing with whatever you have was a very strong lesson that I learned there and that I'd like to impart to North America. I would say that a lesson we learned from former missioners in our Franciscan training stayed with me throughout the 3 years, and hopefully I will bring that lesson into practice now that I'm back. And that would be when you enter a new place, for as long as you feel is necessary, to respect the wisdom that has passed through there before your arrival. To listen and to observe those around you, observe the environment, observe what goes on, and hold your opinions back. Hold your judgments, reserve your judgments until you really have a good understanding of maybe it's a workplace, an office, a school setting, a church setting, all that goes on there, and why it happens the way it does. So the cultural experiences that we had forced us to reserve judgments, respect the wisdom that passed through before our arrival, and to enjoy the present, enjoy the present, and not judge it.